Hello everyone, welcome to this first video tutorial. I'm in position to give an insight of Python overview. It is obvious before getting into the basic coding track, it will be better to see some important overviews of Python, including Python features, applications of Python, roadmap of Python, Python libraries, and walkthrough. So to see one by one, Python is nothing but high level and interpreted object-oriented language, and it is popular, widely used programming language. What are the important features that makes it more popular is nothing but Python is easy to learn because Python has relatively few keywords compared with other programming languages. These few keywords makes Python code comfortable and suitable not to make code conflicts in creating new variables on the course of Python coding. Python also follows simple structure and a clearly defined syntax. This all makes learning Python easy. The other thing that makes Python popular is nothing but it is easy to read, because Python code is much more clearly defined and visible to the eyes. And also Python has a broad standard library. Thus these libraries are portable and cross-platform that can run or compatible to run on Unix, Windows, and Macintosh. Cumulative effect, this all makes nowadays Python is more popular and widely used. But the next consideration with this video is nothing but understanding what's the roadmap of Python. The efficiency of learning Python is classified in 3 phases. As we can see from this map, the top sketch is referring for the basic Python phase, and the middle one under this class object-oriented programming, decorators, exceptions, and extra. This is the middle level or the intermediate level. Around the last here, including the green area, the green tables here, graphical user interface, data analysis, machine learning, AI, web development, game development, are including developing modules and libraries around this last phase of learning Python. So this, in general, this map is nothing but from the track of basic to the expert level, right? Before getting into any difficulty in learning programming language, including Python, one should start from the basic syntax principles of the programming language under consideration. In Python, the first and the fundamental phase is nothing but to understand what variables are, how variables are named, why we use variables in programming language, and the basic syntax, such as understanding values, literals, objects in Python. The next two, this we need to understand what's the information type associated with the created variables is important also. In Python, these are called data types. We do have basic data types in Python. These are numbers, string, boolean. In terms of collections or data structure, we have also the set, lists, tuples, dictionary, and sets. Having understood these all things, we proceed to study or to understand the next step of controlling flows, including conditions, loops, as per each keywords. For example, conditions can be controlled using if, elif, and else keywords. Under the loops, we can understand by for and while. And at this stage, as a basic stage, we can try to understand also how to create functions, including generators and iterators. Then we proceed to the intermediate level, right? Having studied the basic or fundamental concepts of Python, we can proceed into the phase 2, including such as studying classes, object-oriented programming, characteristics such as inheritance, abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, and extra. Then as the expert level, we start studying the other function type or method type of functions that can be known as decorators as the expert level. Then we try to manage the error handling means as exceptions. Then testing our code and developing modules will be the mandate of the expert level of studying Python track. Then at the end of the day, we come up with, well equipped with applying all concepts, applications into solving real problems. For example, at the intermediate level, we may start applying the libraries and modules into the different areas of applications of Python, such as in applying to data analysis, visualization, clearing data, and the manipulation of data. In the last level, we can make use of those libraries to develop new modules integrating with the previously developed modules for certain application areas of study. Right? So this map gives us highlight of how to study Python from basic to expert level. In the next consideration will be Python libraries. Python libraries useful to specific areas of application. For example, in the area of application of data science and scientific computing, we do have popular libraries and modules to which we can apply. This concept, for example, NumPy, Pandas, SciPy, and much more can be relevantly applicable for the domain of data science and scientific computing. For example, for module development to the server side, we may make use of Django. And for web application development, Flask and Fast API can be used. For desktop graphical user interface, one can use Kinter, PyQt, and others. For game development, we may use Pygame. For AI and natural language processing, we can also use modules or classes or libraries. And we do have standard libraries that we call OS, datetime, JSON, math, random, and etc. For image processing, we may use OpenCV, Pillow, or GTK. Particularly for machine learning, scikit-learn, TensorFlow, PyTorch. Recall that these libraries and modules are not mutually exclusive. The one library can use in one domain of area of application can also be used by other area of application. So the NumPy, Pandas, SciPy, scikit-learn, TensorFlow, PyTorch, and more can be applied for machine learning, and at the same time for data science and scientific computing can also be applicable at the same time. Particularly for data visualization, these libraries also relevant to apply, such as Matplotlib, Seaborn, Plotly, and more. Python is not the stronger choice for mobile app development compared to Kotlin and Android, but if you are interested to do so, you may use these libraries, KIV, Beware, and PyKeySide, and so on can be used. So, having said so, in upcoming videos following installing the Anaconda distribution, we will stay following installing the important environment which is called Anaconda distribution. We will start with the fundamentals of Python. Then we will move into data science applications and eventually dive into the machine learning. Make sure to subscribe to stay updated. Subscribe, like, and comment for better action. I thank you.